The sun was merciless that morning as Arjun, a humble grain merchant, prepared for what would become the most transformative journey of his life. His old horse stood patiently as he carefully balanced two large sacks, precious wheat on the left, ordinary sand on the right, a counterweight system he'd used for many years without question. Little did he know that by sunset, he would lose everything he owned, yet gain something far more valuable. Arjun had traveled this treacherous mountain path countless times, delivering grain to the remote village of Kasauli. The wheat would feed families, the sand would return as ballast for the journey home. His method was tested by time. 2 hours into his journey, as he walked alongside his horse up a particularly steep section, a well-dressed stranger emerged from behind a large boulder, breathing heavily from his own climb. "My friend," the stranger called out, wiping sweat from his brow. "I've been watching you from behind. Surely there's a faster way. I've heard merchants in the city use a different route. Through the valley pass. It's longer, but completely flat. You could ride the entire way and reach the village by tomorrow instead of tonight." Arjun hesitated. The man looked prosperous, seemed to know the area, and his reasoning sounded practical. Arjun turned his horse toward the valley path. By afternoon, Arjun realized his mistake. The valley route was not just longer, it was treacherous in ways the mountain path never was. Loose rocks, hidden holes, and muddy patches from a recent flood made every step dangerous. His horse was nervous, unused to this terrain. Suddenly, a mountain climber appeared, moving confidently across the difficult terrain. "Brother," the climber said, shaking his head sympathetically, "I saw you turn off the main path earlier. This valley route is notorious. Locals never use it. See that narrow trail up there? It's steep, but it's a shortcut back to the main mountain path. You'll definitely make up the lost time." This made sense. The climber was expert. He would know these paths. "Thank you, friend. You're saving my journey." The shortcut turned out a nightmare. The trail was barely wide enough for his horse, with loose shale that slipped underfoot, the balance sack swaying dangerously close to the cliff edge. Halfway up, a local villager appeared, descending with a walking stick. "Friend, you're in serious danger," he exclaimed, his eyes wide with concern. "I just came down this path. There's a section ahead where the trail completely washes out. You'll never get through with that load. Quick, leave the sand sack here. Hide it behind those rocks and collect it on your return journey. The lighter load will let you navigate the dangerous section safely." Once again trusting the local villager blindly, Arjun did as told. Within minutes of removing the sand, disaster struck. The single wheat sack, now unbalanced, began sliding with each step. At the trail's narrowest point, the horse, startled, became increasingly agitated and fell sideways. In the chaos, the wheat sack burst open and the grain scattered across the rocky cliff face and tumbled into the ravine below. Arjun managed to save his horse from falling, but the animal was injured and shaking. They were stranded on a dangerous cliff path with no load, no money, and no way to feed the waiting village. As darkness fell, a shepherd appeared with a rope and lantern. "Son," the shepherd said quietly, "I've been watching your journey all day. I saw what happened. I saw you meet 3 people today, and each time you abandoned your own wisdom." "They were trying to help," Arjun whispered. "Were they?" the shepherd asked gently. "The stranger who suggested the valley route, did you notice he continued up the mountain path himself? He sent you on a route he wouldn't take for his own journey. The mountain climber who suggested this shortcut was traveling light. He had no real knowledge of moving a loaded horse safely. The local villager meant well, but did he understand your specific balance system? He saw the sand as dead weight, not as the crucial counterbalance your horse needed." Arjun's blood ran cold. "Then who were they?" "I don't know," the shepherd replied. "Perhaps strangers who meant well but knew little. Perhaps tests sent by life itself. But here's what I know for certain. You had walked the safe mountain path for years. but you chose to see your proven method as inadequate through their eyes. That night, Arjun understood something profound. He had dumped his years of learning for random advice from strangers. His original path wasn't just a route, it was a relationship with the mountain, his horse, and his purpose that had been tested by time and proven reliable. This mirrors our daily struggle with countless voices telling us our proven paths aren't good enough. Social media suggests we're behind, experts promise faster methods, and trends make our steady progress seem inadequate. Learn from others, but remember, your journey is unique. What works for them may not suit your purpose. Choose wisely. The path ahead is yours to walk.